On a 70-degree sun-splashed day in Southeast Ohio, of course, we're going to preview 2023 Ohio baseball with the doors open at Bob Wren Stadium. It's time to talk about the Diamond Cats. They're back, and they open up the season this Friday at UNC Wilmington. He's Craig Moore. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Time to talk about baseball, and it really doesn't feel like that long ago when we were in Muncie, Indiana, after your ball club qualified for the MAC tournament. Does it feel like it's been a long or short off-season for you?
I definitely think it's been a short off season. You know, after a couple tough games in the conference tournament last year, and going through the summer with recruiting and working on the development plans for guys coming back into the program in the fall. It goes by so fast. You know, the year goes by, and even the fall ball season, that stuff goes by so fast. So no, it's been a quick turnaround. It feels like.
It's been an interesting couple of years, but a fun couple of years, too. And to your credit, in your interim year as head coach, you kept things going, and it was a winning season. Last year, another winning season, first time back-to-back winning seasons in a couple of decades, and qualifying for the MAC tournament. It's cliche to say, well, of course, there has to be some momentum there, but cliches are cliches for a reason, because there is momentum here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the program's in a good spot right now from a lot of different aspects. You know, from our player development, from our recruiting, from our guys' effort and understanding what the expectations of this program are. It's definitely trending in a positive way. And so, moving into this season, we're hoping to get off to a good start that we can kind of build and carry that momentum going on throughout the year.
A way to carry that through veterans and returners. You've got them here in all areas, behind the plate, defensively on the infield, in the outfield as well, and all of those guys can hit. Let's talk about some of your vets.
Yeah, first, let's talk with Colin Kasperbauer, all-conference third baseman last year. Has really improved his defense, I think. You know, his glove work's gotten better, being able to make the play across the diamond. But again, his strength is his offense, his bat, and he's a left-handed hitter, and he's going to be able to hit for average, going to kind of be a little bit of an extra base hit guy with the doubles. He's going to run the bases smart. Behind the plate, we've got a couple guys, but the one guy that stands out probably is Mason Menzie, a second-team all-performer in the conference. Again, possesses probably some of the more power of anybody in our lineup. And then Alex Finney is a guy that's kind of in the same role as Mason in terms of ability to hit, ability to defend behind the plate. So those two guys are going to split time, obviously, for the most part of the season. And then I think you got to talk a little bit about AJ Roush, and kind of the year that he had as a redshirt freshman last year, hitting right around 320 and had 7-8 home runs and things like that. So a lot of returners that come back that are productive offensively, feel really good about what they've done in terms of a leadership role, in terms of creating the culture we want from an offensive standpoint, in terms of you've got to put extra time in if you want to be good. Like, good hitters, they're good because they hit a lot,
Sure. Culture is consistent, too, and that helps in recruiting because those are the type of guys that set the tone for what you want to bring into your program, and that continues with some newcomers that are going to see field time early.
Yeah, position-wise, Alec Patino is a transfer from Iowa Western, a very versatile infielder, a left-handed hitter. The history of our program, left-handed hitters have always been our better guys, and so we're excited about what he can do offensively. Gideon Antle is a guy that he's a ball player. He plays the game the right way, the hard, and he's going to be in the outfield. He's going to be out this weekend. He's got a little bit of an injury that we're going to keep him home to recover, to get him back next weekend. But he'll be a guy that will ignite some things offensively for us. And then from a pitching side, we've got 2 or 3 junior college guys, Luke Olson, Trent Spoon, who are going to be, kind of thrown into the rotation a little bit and, feel like they can be very productive in terms of eating up some innings for us and being those guys that can get us the quality starts in order to get us to the back end of the bullpen.
And it will start off with a Friday night guy. Brendan Roeder has really shown he's unflappable. He's got a very calm and easy demeanor. He's a competitor for sure. Don't get that misconstrued. But I think he's got the good temperament to be the top of the rotation guy for you.
Oh, I agree 100%, and I think that's probably why we made the decision to go with Brendan on Friday night, because of, like you said, he's got that calmness to him, and, he feels like, it's almost like you're looking at him, it's like, man, does he really, like, care out there or what? But it's a great, his body control and language and things like that is kind of what you want, because, that Friday night, you can't have your starter go out there and get knocked out in the second or the third inning. He's got to be able to pace himself, and I think the way he carries himself allows him to pace himself into the game.
And to the coaching staff's credit, they pieced it together in a lot of ways. Ohio won in a variety of ways last year. A whole lot of hitting for sure, but defense, pitching, timely work as well, base running. This is a well-schooled ball club that can win in a variety of ways. We'll see a new role at the back end of the bullpen too, the closing role. That will be figured out as the season goes along. Bottom line, though, the way that you've set the tone over the last couple of years and how scrappy your ball club has been, I would imagine that has to continue into this year for you.
Yes, that's our identity. We have to play with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, and we've been playing like that for a few years. But that's the message that we tell our guys is, in order for us to kind of be able to compete with some of the teams that we need to compete with, whether it be in our conference or our non-conference schedule, we must go out there. We must play the game the right way. And in my opinion, playing the game the right way is you play hard all the time.
And it's a fun non-conference schedule, too. Starts off this weekend. Good test. UNC Wilmington, Navy, and Virginia. Series against Southern Illinois, Western Kentucky, Indiana. Midweek prior to the start of MAC play against Kentucky. This is going to be that challenging schedule that hopefully sets a good tone for the start of MAC play against Bowling Green right here at the Ren.
Yeah, it was, planned that way to kind of, get a little bit more of a difficult non-conference schedule to kind of prepare us for those conference games. Conference, the conference season is going to be very competitive again this year. But, it gives our guys a chance to go to some different places that we haven't been to, and, playing some quality opponents that, maybe if you, play well enough, you execute well enough, you get a win or two here against those guys, you can get some notoriety nationally, when you get those W's against those types of teams.
And it certainly helps against the teams that Ohio's going to be competing against for the top of the league or that top 4 spot against the Ball States, against the Central Michigans, because if you take care of business in non-conference play, that's going to add confidence down the stretch run. Bottom line, Craig, we're excited to see your ball club. Thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Russ. I appreciate you guys.
That's Craig Moore. I'm Russ Eisenstein for Sam Hyman and for Jordan Bowes. Nobody covers baseball on the MAC like we do. That's a preview of the season. This is Bobcat TV.